friends. So I don't guess what I'm trying to do with this live thing is continue a conversation, right? And the conversation is, how do you have more fun on a skateboard via feeling comfortable, right? Via feeling like it's actually helping you versus hurting you. And so, damn, is this thing working good? And so basically, the idea is to explore that idea with through this channel. I have a coaching profile dedicated to that on Instagram, and I do plan on doing that, but in long form with YouTube. But you know, all these conversations, all this live is kind of geared around that topic currently, which is like making skateboarding fun through physical comfort. And I guess what I don't mean like, oh, feel good all the time physically, don't fall. I don't mean that. I just mean where things feel like it's a physical challenge that isn't um you know down that isn't downgrading your health, like we all need stressors so that we can grow. I understand that, but I don't think a mentality that, well, I love skateboarding so much that I'm willing for it to hurt me, kind of mentality. I want it to be more of like, I don't know if I want it to be that. This is where it gets difficult because I'm not trying to force nothing on anyone, but I think I just want to share that it's possible to skate and be challenged and have everything you have that comes with skating, except the mentality that eventually that it's doing you a physical disservice more than it is um, positively, right? Because for me, it should be sustainable. It should be something that you can do consistently, and as long as you're doing it consistently through sustainable approaches, then it should be something that everyone should kind of look forward to and not dread. Use it so that we can use it as a tool to progress in other parts of our lives, or even in skateboarding if that's going to be the main focus. So anyways, today's conversation on that is basically, uh, what's up, fan club? Hi. Yo, yes, what's up, David? David Gaines. That's cool. So yeah, the conversation today is about how to maintain stability and balance through skateboarding. So basically, this came from an idea that I listen to a lot of skaters give that advice, like, oh, we gotta have a strong abs, strong core, so that we can do manuals and have balance with skateboarding. But when it comes down to to having balance or showing that stability on a skateboard, you're not the ones to do it well, like Day One Song. Actually, I don't even know who else I want to say. Current manual skater like John Dillo. I'm blanking out, but skaters who do it well, they're not showing very stiff, rigid manuals. They're showing very ambidextrous, exploratory, if that's even a word. Manuals that show dynamic movement as well, and where they can maintain stability and balance through all that spinning, turning, flipping in, flipping out. And I kind of want to give my 2 cents on it, because if there's any one type of skating, give me a second. If there's any one type of skating that I've gravitated to most when in these past years, sorry, or at least like actually this whole time I've been skating, it's been manuals. And what I've learned is that it's not about being rigid, but it's about understanding body weight distribution, the variety you have, and how to adjust to weight, speed, impact, how to brace yourself, all these different things that no one really talks about. At least that I haven't heard that conversation. So, I guess what I want to say is, I think a way you can get better at manuals is understanding that it's not about tightening the core. It's about having a system from head to foot that allows you to react in a stable manner, And so I'd encourage, when next time you do manuals, is think about how your hips feel. Think about how your shoulders rise or stay, depending on what manuals you're doing. Think about the way your ankles can move or not move. Consider all these things, because it plays a part in how you're gonna feel on the manuals and how consistent you can be with them. Understand the patterns that come with landing on a manual, and even there's a light here. I put so that I can look a little more clear. Understand what's gonna help you be consistent. Think about the way your hips are positioned on top of the board. Think about where your head is when you land onto a manual or a nose manual. Think about how if you switch it around, with the stance, how it's basically the same. It's just more uncomfortable because you haven't built those like muscle memory mechanisms, for lack of better explanation. It's not about having a stronger core. It's about having a stronger system. Let me get a spoon. Because it's not as simple as, okay, if you know how to ollie and you know how to manual, you can nose manual. No, it's if you understand what it's about, it's about understanding. Oh, damn, I don't think I grinded this well. No. I think I need to get a new grinder. Oh well, let's see how this coffee tastes. Yeah, I need to get a better grinder. I got distracted, sorry. It's about realizing that manuals are not just a patience game. It's just like any other type of skating. It's a trial and error effort that you can know. It's not about having weak ankles or stronger ankles or like that for anything across. You just gotta find the pattern, be consistent, be open, that you can be stable on the board. And this doesn't only apply to manuals, this applies to everything else. Like, understand your body. The way your body is positioned on top of the board matters. It's not just about how the trucks lock on. It's not just about how fast you're going. And it's also, on the flip note, it's not just about how well you know how to position yourself. It's everything. It's a holistic approach, if I can say that without being too tacky or too corny. And that's the thing, like skateboarding, we can look at professionals who are, making, I mean, there's a lot of professionals, and I guess, the idea of a professional, is interpreted differently depending on the person. But if we can look at professionals who have been doing it for a long time and are professional technically, what are some patterns you see in all of them? Yeah. I kind of went on a tangent right there, but it's because I'm doing this coffee and getting me thrown off. But the whole thing is, what patterns are there? What is something that you can point out across all professionals, across all types of skateboarding, and across a different amount of skaters, not even just pros, like people who are progressing fast, people who are creative, what do they have in common? And it's not about comparing yourself or trying to, ooh, that was gross, or trying to be like anyone else. It's just, what are the foundational mechanisms, physically, mentally, environmentally, that allow someone to express themselves in a way where skateboarding has the potential to be fun, a creative expression. What are those things? And that's just all I'm trying to explore here, because as a coach, at least I've intuitively already known that it has much more to do with many things versus just like one important thing. But now as a coach, I see how the environment, so like we can just say the skate park affects the skater. I can see how the mental affects the skater. I can see how the physical, whether they're tired or not, like affects the skater a lot. It's the difference between knowing having your go-tos versus not even having your go-to tricks. It's it's everything, but obviously, how do we line them all together? That is also another question that comes to mind. But yeah, here's another one for the books. Live conversation. We're gonna keep this going. Let me see who. Trayvon White. Bro, how do you flip while skating? I mean, first, how do you flip while skating? First, you gotta know how to kickflip, and think about kickflipping and landing with most of your weight on your back leg comfortably, and then practice kickflipping and landing with most of your weight on the front foot comfortably. Just gotta trial and error. How do you flip while skating? Oh, I heard understood manuals. How do you flip while skating? I don't know. I feel like sometimes some people just trolling. But if you're genuinely asking, you just gotta kickflip on flat, slowly go faster, and then you figure it out. But it's very hard to just give, very general advice, because some people, the reason they can't flip on a skateboard is much deeper than technical execution. It's sometimes it's a mental execution. Sometimes it's a physical inability to execute that technical movement. It's a lot of different things. But yeah, I'm gonna let this one go. Rewatch it, comment, and let me know what you think about what I'm saying, and we'll just go from there. Like I said, it's a conversation. So